So good morning. So last class you have seen regulation of acid base. Okay, mainly bicarbonate ion. Okay, so this bicarbonate buffer plays a very important role in acid base balance. Okay, it has high alkali reserve. Okay, so carbonic acid ratio of bicarbonate to carbonic acid is 20:1, so high alkali reserve. Other buffers include protein and hemoglobin buffer. Phosphate is urine buffer. Also you have seen regulation of acid base by lung. Respiratory mechanism is the second line of defense in acid base balance. So acid component of bicarbonate buffer system, carbonic acid, is under respiratory regulation. Okay, so during acidosis rate of respiration increases. What do you mean by rate of respiration increases? Nothing but hyperventilation, which result in elimination of more and more carbon dioxide. Breathing rate is more. Hyperventilation means there is increased breathing rate or increased respiration, which eliminate more and more carbon dioxide, thus lowering the PCO2, that is carbonic acid level, and increasing pH. Acid level less means pH increases. So during alkalosis, what happens? Rate of respiration decreases, which is also called as hypoventilation, which result in elevation in PCO2, that is carbonic acid. So more acid, so decrease in pH. That is the role of lung in acid base balance. Okay, so what is the role of kidney in acid base balance? The renal mechanism in acid base balance is achieved by 4 processes. One is excretion of H plus ion and generation of bicarbonate. Second, reabsorption of bicarbonate. Third one, excretion of titrable acid or buffering by phosphate buffers. Fourth one, excretion of ammonia. Okay, so you have already seen these two. Okay, excretion of H plus ion and generation of bicarbonate. The carbon dioxide generated by cell metabolism combines with water to form carbonic acid, that is CO2 plus H2O, to form H2CO3, which ionizes to form H plus and HCO3. The H plus is secreted into tubular lumen in exchange of sodium. H plus goes in H plus is secreted into tubular lumen. That means H plus goes out and sodium comes in, that is exchange in. This mechanism serves to secrete H plus ion and generate bicarbonate, thereby increasing alkali reserve. Other one is reabsorbing. Second one, the renal mechanism is reabsorption of bicarbonate. This mechanism reabsorbs bicarbonate filtered by glomerulus. The bicarbonate is almost completely reabsorbed by proximal convoluted tubule, PCT. So urine is normally bicarbonate free, that is reabsorption of bicarbonate. So first one, renal mechanism in acid base balance is excretion of H plus ion and generation of bicarbonate. Second one, reabsorption of bicarbonate. And third one is excretion of ammonium ion. Excretion of ammonium ion. Okay, this is one of the most important mechanism of H plus excretion. See, ammonia is produced by the kidney cells by the action of enzyme glutaminase. So this NH3 is ammonia is combined with H plus to form NH4, which is excreted in the urine. Okay, so ammonia is excreted. How ammonia is produced by the kidney cell, NH3 combined with H plus to form NH4. So H plus is eliminated, excreted in urine. During acidosis, the action of glutaminase enzyme is stimulated and excretion of NH4 is increased. During acidosis, pH low. Okay, so there is a need of excretion of H plus ion. So what happens? Glutaminase is responsible, okay, formation of ammonia. Ammonia is produced in the kidney cells by the action of glutaminase. So during acidosis, action of glutaminase enzyme is stimulated. Okay, so ammonia is combined with H plus, so that H plus is eliminated as NH4, and excretion of ammonia is increased, so that pH is increases during acidosis, because H plus is eliminated as NH4 plus. This is what is said here. Okay, so actually what happens here, the ammonia is produced by the kidney cells by the action of enzyme glutaminase. Okay, so ammonia is combined with H plus. Okay, ammonia is combined with H plus to form NH4. If you see the right side blue, H plus is trapped and excreted. Okay, ammonia plus NH3 plus H plus NH4. Okay, so glutaminase is the enzyme involved in this. So during acidosis, the action of glutaminase enzyme is stimulated. Okay, and excretion of NH4 H plus as NH4. This happens so that excretion of H plus is increases. Actually, which one is excreted? NH4. NH4 H plus is excreted as NH4. Okay, so this is a little bit confusion if you are reading one or two times. Just you remember this. And last one, renal mechanism, is excretion of titrable acids. Okay, excretion of titrable acid. Excretion of titrable acid is a measure of acid excreted into urine by the kidney. That is called excretion of titrable acid, is a measure of acid excreted into the urine by the kidney. The H plus, which is released into the lumen, right parts are same actually. If you see other reabsorption of bicarbonate and all same, H2O CO2, H2CO3, which again dissociate to form HCO3 plus H plus and all. But you see the last here, tubular lumen, excretion of H plus is, see, H plus which is released into tubular lumen combined with disodium hydrogen phosphate to form sodium dihydrogen phosphate. That is actually titrable acid. Which one? Sodium dihydrogen phosphate. Okay, so H plus ion is released into tubular lumen, that is combined with Na2HPO4 to form NaH2PO4. This NaH2PO4 is the titrable acid which is excreted. This process enables elimination of acid from the body. Okay, so NaHPO4 combined with H plus 2 form NaHPO4. Okay, combined with H plus 2 form NaH2PO4. Okay, so this is how elimination of acid takes place, excretion of titrable acids. Okay, so actually here NaHPO4 tubular lumen what happened, Na2HPO4, which is from this sodium is goes in, okay, in exchange of H plus released to tubular lumen. Okay, so there is exchange transmission. H plus comes out and sodium goes into renal tubular cell. So this H plus from Na2HPO4 combined with H to form NaH2PO4. NaH2PO4 is titrable acid. Okay, if you remember just in the word also, it's okay. Okay, so these are the four mechanisms. So what are those mechanisms? Excretion of H plus ion and generation of bicarbonate. Second one, reabsorption of bicarbonate. Third one, excretion of titrable acid. Fourth one, excretion of ammonia. Now let us see what are the acid base disorders. So if pH low means acidosis, pH high means alkalosis. So we are going to discuss only with the metabolic acidosis as in your syllabus. See, there are metabolic acidosis. Whenever acidosis, pH low. So there are two types, metabolic acidosis and respiratory acidosis. Similar type, there are two types of alkalosis, metabolic alkalosis and respiratory alkalosis. So metabolic acidosis due to decreased in bicarbonate, respiratory acidosis due to increase in carbonic acid H2CO3, and metabolic alkalosis is due to increased bicarbonate. Respiratory alkalosis is due to decreased carbonic acid. This you have to observe and read three times, then you will come to know. So there are acidosis and alkalosis. Both will change the pH of the blood. What is the pH of the blood? 7.35 to 7.45. So this is a narrow range. Any change in the pH lead to low pH is acidosis, high pH is alkalosis. Both are risk to the body because various biochemical activities in the cells and other things, mainly enzymes and all, pH dependent. The body response to acid base imbalance is called compensation. CP acidosis and alkalosis, our body response, either respiratory or kidney. So this response to the change in the pH is called compensation or compensation mechanisms. May be complete if brought back within the normal limit. There is a full compensation or partial compensation if any change is still outside normal. Okay, so this is just to say there are disorder, metabolic and respiratory acidosis and alkalosis. As I told, acidosis pH low. See, metabolic acidosis pH low, H plus ion increases, bicarbonate low. Secondary response is decreasing the PCO2. This is just to see, no need to take more. This one, in alkalosis bicarbonate increases. In acidosis, partial pressure of PCO2 means partial pressure of carbon dioxide increases. In respiratory alkalosis, decrease in partial pressure of carbon dioxide. So this is the metabolic acidosis only we are seeing in detail. So this is one of the most important short note in acid base. One is bicarbonate buffer, second one is this metabolic acidosis, third one is say renal mechanism of regulation of blood pH is a 10 marks essay. Other than that, most important is bicarbonate buffer acids or bicarbonate buffer mechanism, or this one acid base disorder in this only metabolic acidosis, defined as the decrease in the blood pH due to primary decrease in bicarbonate in blood. So what is the cause? Increased production of acids or loss of bicarbonate. So conditions: excessive production of acid in diabetes and starvation. See, you have to remember that in uncontrolled diabetes only there is excessive production of ketone bodies, diabetic ketosis we call. Why? Because cells there is a lack of insulin level, or there is a problem in distribution of insulin. So blood sugar is high, but that is not available to the peripheral tissues. Distribution of insulin to peripheral tissue is low. So blood sugar high, but glucose is not available to the peripheral tissues. So in diabetes, so body goes for other mechanism. So there is more lipolysis, or which leads to formation of ketone bodies. These ketone bodies are acetoacetic acid and beta hydroxybutyric acid. They are acids. So in diabetes there is excessive production of ketone bodies, acetoacetic acid, beta hydroxybutyric acid. So in starvation also, excessive starvation, okay. So glycogen glucose also finishes, means body search for other mechanism. So there is a breakdown of lipid again, or ketone body formation from the ketone, also used for energy, okay, production of energy. So there is a formation ketone body, but this ketone body is utilized properly, okay. In excess it comes to the blood. In severe exercise also there is increased production of lactic acid, lactic acidosis. So these are the causes of metabolic acidosis. One second cause is accidental ingestion of acids, rare ingestion of acids like ammonium chloride, NH4Cl, and in renal tubular acidosis, renal problem failure due to reduced elimination of H plus due to renal failure, or some poisons like methanol, aspirin, etc. Methanol poisoning, aspirin and all, or overdose of these aspirin. Overdose of aspirin is used for blood thinning agent. So high overdose, and in diarrhea also one of the cause for metabolic acidosis. Excessive loss of bicarbonate, okay, in the feces. So bicarbonate level low. So as usual, bicarbonate low means alkali reserve low, so pH decreases, so acidosis, okay. These are the some of the reasons for metabolic acidosis. Best example is diabetic acidosis, diabetic ketoacidosis. So there is a term called anion gap which is used in the differential diagnosis of metabolic acidosis. Anion gap is nothing but difference between the concentration of measurable anion and measurable cation. We can say that sodium plus potassium minus chloride, or some we can use sodium plus potassium plus plus potassium minus chloride plus sodium plus potassium, okay. Anion gap is the difference between measurable anion and measurable cation. Sodium plus potassium minus chloride plus bicarbonate. Sodium plus potassium, Na plus K plus minus chloride plus bicarbonate, or sometimes only sodium is counted. Sodium minus chloride plus bicarbonate. So no need to write in detail, but the normal range is, you have to remember, 12 plus or minus 5 milliequivalent per liter. This is the unit for anion gap. So see, why anion gap comes here is, using this anion gap we can differentiate metabolic acidosis, because there are two types of metabolic acidosis based on anion gap. One is high anion gap metabolic acidosis. Here anion gap is increased above 17 milliequivalent per liter. The best example here is diabetic ketoacidosis. There is excessive production of ketone bodies, uncontrolled diabetes. First, there is a formation of ketone bodies. See, ketone bodies also used for fuel, energy, but in excess there is no matching between anabolism, breakdown and synthesis. So ketone bodies appears in the blood. So ketosis, finally pH low, it leads to diabetic ketoacidosis. So this the patient is going to admit to ICU because of the low pH. Okay, this is the acidosis, ketoacidosis is life threatening condition also. So normal anion gap metabolic acidosis, here anion gap is normal in diarrhea, renal tubular acidosis and all. Okay, so there are two types of metabolic acidosis: high anion gap metabolic acidosis and normal anion gap metabolic acidosis. So this is no need to take same thing what is given, it is given in this picture. Okay, so if you write these three, which one? Metabolic acidosis 1, 2, 3, till here is enough. Then you can leave this slide and you can go for this compensation of metabolic acidosis. So decrease in the pH in metabolic acidosis, what happens, which stimulate respiratory compensatory mechanism and produces hyperventilation or small respiration. So decrease in the pH causes hyperventilation. By the hyperventilation means breathing rate increases, so more and more carbon dioxide eliminated so that acid is removed. This leads to increased elimination of carbon dioxide from the body. Hence, in other words, if more and more carbon dioxide eliminated, what happens? More and more carbonic acid removed. So pH brings to normal. But respiratory compensation is only short lived. Okay. So renal compensation sets within 3 to 4 days, and H plus ions are excreted as ammonia, NH4 ions. Okay. So what is the compensation? Main metabolic acidosis, hyperventilation, which leads to increased elimination of carbon dioxide. Carbon dioxide goes out, in other words, carbonic acid. You know that carbon dioxide plus H2O gives carbonic acid. Okay, thank you.